This Sunday. Every Sunday, side by side at the microphone, from the green light to the speed trap, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino calls them as they sees them, and you better believe them. Here, relevant news, biased opinions, and outright bullshit regarding every aspect of automotive culture. Gasp at mechanical trickery never before revealed over FCC-regulated airwaves. Thrill to the explosive tension as Chris and Ray cuss each other down the track and barrel roll across the finish line, laughing at certain disaster as they shake hands with the devil. All that and much more this Sunday at high noon on the Motormouth Radio Hour. Call in and speak live with the Wizards of Speed and live feed, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino. Bring the whole family. Kids under 12 get in free. Every Sunday at noon on WHPC. Take the Long Island Expressway to the Meadowbrook Parkway and look for the sign saying no parking on the expressway and no express service on the parkway. Go right on Highway 24 to Garden City. $2 all-day parking includes pit pass. Sunday!
I drive a 1950 Chevrolet, maybe old, but I'd like to say that valve and head 6 is really thrifty. 12 years old, but she's really nifty. Yes, I treat her nice.
Treat her nice. You nifty 50. You've tuned into Motormouth Radio, Long Island's only true automotive talk show, and fully vetted, by the way, by our friends and allies here. It's right here in New Wave, New York, with your hosts, Ray Guarino, and driving his nifty 50-something or other is Mr. Chris Switzer over there. How are you, Chris?
That's right. We are one step away from being replaced by some obscure gardening show.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud to say that.
Yeah, hey, it's always a dental floss tightrope. Kind of a thing around here. So
and yeah, how we make it across is beyond me. How we get it between the teeth, I have no
good
clue.
Balance. Good balance. We must be balanced and ensconced. So
yes, we're ensconced in something. Hey, look at the kids that showed up.
All right. Well, listen, today is a special day on the show. Of course,
yes.
We like to bring you the best in guests, and we are doing it again today.
Very excited.
We have none other than the darling of Dodge, the maven of Mopar. Oh, and I've heard that the new one is the polarizing Polara Punisher. We have Elana Scherr, and she's got her dashing husband Tom with her today. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Can you hear us okay? Do you want me to set up a better microphone?
That sounds good.
You sound good. You sound good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? How's the weather out there? Is it in the hundreds yet?
Well, you wouldn't like the weather. It's dry and like 72 degrees and very sunny out here, right?
Yeah. You'd find it was really lacking in humidity. I think you would just feel all crispy.
Well, a lot of New York. We don't put on clothes. We put on sponges, and then we just like wring them out in the afternoon and put on a new sponge and then jump in the pool. That's what I do.
That's for sure. So I'm looking at your Instagram page, Elana, and I have to ask you, because you know how much I love your Opel.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't been there for a while.
Nice.
I know. And it's the first question I asked Ray. I'm like, oh, good. We could talk about the Opel. Ray's like, yeah, I don't think so. But I know your passion for cars that just are a little outside of center. I'm seeing something that is making me cringe.
You are not alone.
Yeah.
I am cringing looking at this black mass of shiny metal that just, I'm thinking capital T trouble.
Okay.
It is an Arnage T, so
yeah, exactly.
Capital T for trouble is right in the name. Yeah. But let's back up. I want to reassure you that the Opel is here. I got a nice little Opel-shaped car cover for it for Christmas last year, so it's been safely tucked away in a little blanket for later.
I was hoping you were telling me that you were growing geraniums out of it, or
no. I love the Opel, and I will return to it. It had a rather unfortunate windshield leak during a very rare rainy season here, and
a leak in an Opel.
Yeah, what a surprise!
Really?
It's an experience that I had not had before. Water damage in an automobile, so I'm gonna have to do a fair amount of interior work, and there were just other projects ahead of it. So right now,
she's trying to say is it needs a complete restoration because she has beat it down to nothing.
Well, you've done a lot of work to that car. You know, Elana, I was just telling Chris before the show, you know, things happen weird in life. You know, like I have my little Fiat Spider. I haven't had it out yet this year. It's been in its storage garage. I haven't had time. You know, sometimes that happens. So you just leave it tucked away and get to it later. But
well, it's the nice thing about cars, because unlike children or pets or friends, if you ignore a car for a year, you might have some mechanical things you have to fix, but emotionally it's fine.
Right.
You have not done permanent emotional damage to it. So
it doesn't mind.
Well, as Tom knows, you know, when things are stored a long time, they can talk back to you. I'm thinking about a certain boat that was, a bit of a project. That's what happens. You know, they're going to need their day and their time, and they're going to say, "Hey, now it's all about me." But I just watched another video on YouTube. Some guy was talking about buying a Bentley, and I've been around them a little, not too close, but I didn't realize they had such crappy consumable parts. Like, what the hell's with that hose?
Yeah.
I'm also surprised by that. You would think for that kind of money, they would build a good car.
Yeah, right?
I mean, okay. All right. So,
yeah, there's some backstory to this, and I'm dying to hear.
So much backstory, and I'll get to it in a second. But the thing that is sort of the most upsetting, it's going to be upsetting to you guys. It's upsetting to us. It's going to be upsetting to all of your listeners of the same age. That is a 2002 Bentley, which means that it is like a almost 25-year-old car. So that is almost 25-year-old hose. So like if this car, if this was the year 2000 and, you know, it was a car from like the early 90s or late 80s and the hose had blown, you wouldn't be like, oh man, that's a crappy hose. You'd be like, why did you not change the hose in 25 years?
You know, I'll tell you something interesting. I'm driving I have a 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It's my car to go over everything in. I love it. And there's a guy I follow on YouTube. He was a Toyota certified mechanic, and now he has his own shop. And he did a video recently and said, on these Toyotas of that age, if your hoses don't look like Elana's, and the belts aren't shredded, he said, leave them alone. They're better than what you're going to buy to replace them. And he says, unless they're swollen and you see an obvious problem, leave them. And I was ready to order everything, you know, to change it over. And I said, you know what? No, I'm just going to leave it again, and we'll see. Let's see if he's right.
By the way, you can see a picture of the hose split on Elana's Instagram page. If you want to go take a look. Because I'm looking at it now going, oh my God.
It's a big split. Yeah. What happened is that I was driving the Bentley, and I got some coolant coming out onto the hood and some steam, and I was like, well, that's a problem. So I actually got it towed home, which, you know, is also expensive. Plus embarrassing. Like when you have to call AAA and they're like, what is the car make and model? And you're like, it is a Bentley Arnage. And they're like, but it's not the funniest AAA call we've ever made. Tom has made the funniest AAA call we've ever made.
Which was what?
And this is because of another Elana adventure, but we drove our 1915 Dodge like 30-something miles to a car show. And it was a whole thing of driving around the city. They had an antique car parade where you drove around in the Pasadena mountain range.
Right.
Anyway, our car broke and we had to get towed home. And so I called AAA and I told them I needed my 1915 Dodge towed. And they said, what year is it? And I said, 1915.
It's a 15. It's a 15.
Right.
Oh, 15, yeah.
Oh, 2015.
That's how it got relayed to the tow truck guy. He only saw it as being a 15 Dodge.
Yeah.
And then when he got there to pick it up, he's like, you know, I did not think I was picking up this. He had his picture taken with the car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was expecting like a 2015 Charger or something like that.
Right, exactly. What was the cause of the breakdown, Tom?
Valve spring retainer broke on it. And we lost the cylinder, which on that car, you actually lose 2 cylinders because they share an intake port. So we actually drove it about 5 miles on 2 cylinders to get back to civilization.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
dirty
That
auto.
must have
But I didn't want to drive it 30 miles back here.
You know, I did that on a motorcycle once. We were out at the track out here in the Eastern Long Island, and I had a Honda, missed a shift, redlined the thing, and then the bike was kind of popping on the way back to the, through the pits. And they use a stud and lock nut affair to adjust the rockers. And the nut had loosened, fell off, the stud came out, so the rocker was just flapping, and I had no exhaust valve. And I had a ride home with my then girlfriend, who became my wife, another 70 miles back home.
Oh, wow.
And did it and just said, hey, you know what? I'll get as far as I can get. And then we'll deal with it. But yeah, it actually worked. And then I fixed it and everything was, but that one valve would always, I'd hear just a slight little noise in the engine and I knew right where to go. It was that one. It would always loosen, more than the others had problems. But,
and along those same lines of limping something like that home, after we determined what was wrong, everybody's like, well, should we get a tow truck? What do we do? I said, well, we're nowhere near a tow truck. We're no phones there. Let's just, we'll drive it. We drove it to our friend's house and dropped it off there.
Yeah. Well, you had a tow truck.
We did, but it was
that was another story. Everything is a story, Chris, with these.
I'm loving this. You kidding?
And it's great because I follow it on YouTube and it's phenomenal. Truthfully,
in fact, I offered, we have a 1965 Ford F350 tow truck. Looks like tow mater. I offered it to Elana to bring home the Bentley, but she didn't want to use it.
That's not true. I called him to tell him that the Bentley was ailing, and he said, "What did I tell you when you bought this car?" And I said, "You told me to call AAA and not you."
I did say that.
What?
Does anybody know why you have this car?
Yeah, I'm dying to know what prompted you. When during the course of the day you said, "Pass the salt, I want to go buy a Bentley."
Sure.
Right.
I mean, it was pretty similar to that. Well, first of all, you know that we work a lot on impulse. We do not make
I could tell.
deeply researched and intelligent buying decisions necessarily on automobiles.
Are we going to talk? Are we going to talk? Are we going to have some
good vibes? I want this in my life. That's
Right.
how I ended up with the Opal and the Jensen.
Right.
I was going to say,
True
is
car
that,
people.
are we going to talk about the? Are we going to talk about the Nova at some point?
It's gone. It's
I
gone.
know. I know.
No.
That ended up being a good-looking
I
car.
turned the Nova into a Bentley. All right, here's how it happened.
Wow.
So you were talking about the weather earlier, and it has been lovely this month, but last month it was not lovely. It was very, very hot. And, I don't own a single car that has working air conditioning.
Oh, boy.
And
I do.
he does. I do not. And they're all, R12. So if I wanted them to be working air conditioning, that's an expensive and questionably legal procedure out
In
here.
California, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So no AC. And it was very hot. And I had a day where I was just trying to do normal people things in my not normal cars. And there was a lot of traffic and there was a lot of parking in crummy parking garages and then more traffic. And it was so hot and the Jensen is so hot to be inside of. And, and by the time I got home, it's like my clutch legs faded. I'm ready to pass out. I'm so sweaty that it's I making noise as I get off the seat to get a spatula. And so I came inside. It was a Thursday. I came inside and I said, I gotta have a summer beater. I need something that has AC, and then we can just sell it in November.
Sure, Bentley. That works out just fine.
Most people buy a Corolla,
That's what I'm thinking. Where's the Camry?
So he suggests some reasonable things, Lincoln Town Car, that kind of,
Yeah.
Sold. I'll take it.
That's totally sensible. We're looking and they're like, I don't know, 12 grand, 13 grand for a nice one. Because the thing is, and if you're looking for working AC, you can't go 2-beater because AC is often the first thing that goes out on an automobile. So
very true.
You've got to be willing to spend a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had to be, 95, 96 and newer, right? Because of the AC issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, so we're looking, and then, I've got friends and they're also sending sensible suggestions maybe a Lexus, I'm like, these cars are all so boring. And then
they are.
And then I was like, all right, well, maybe what about, those early SRT Chryslers or like the early Cadillac V's. Those are great cars.
If you can
look
put
at
up with the
them.
North Star, yeah, sure.
They all have like 100,000 miles and 2 accidents. Like they have been trashed. There's not a single nice one out there, and they're still like 30 grand at that point.
Right.
I'm like looking, I'm like, and I'm like, I know I should just be sensible. I could just for 12 grand, I could just be in air conditioning. But I'm like looking at the cars, and it's just, and then
she didn't want anything I picked out. Like I found mint conditions, like Mercury Grand Marquis, and she's like, I don't want that.
No, that's a great. That's the quintessence.
That's it. You just took the thought out of my head.
Yeah, you hit it.
I looked at that car. I looked at that car, and I thought, my nightmare is that I'm going to be in that car, and some like 16-year-old's going to be like, "Oh, did you buy that new?"
And you could have.
We could just paint flames on it. No big deal. Put a spoiler on it.
Maybe that would work.
I also learned that a lot will not drive a sensible plain car. Everything that we found that was great, he didn't want.
Didn't want it.
Don't let me sing the praises of a police car, because I will. We only have an hour. I will.
I know. I fully know.
Crown Vic.
Fully know that is a good idea.
The cheapest, most reliable car you could buy.
Yeah. Then he found a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or something, and was like, "Oh, this maybe."
Well, I saw a lot of Bentleys.
Now we know why.
For like 12 to 30 grand, and I'm like, wow, these things are free.
Yeah, car is free. The maintenance isn't.
The maintenance is right. The price of the car.
Right.
Yes. So that.
And so we sold our Nova project car for $1,000, not running, for $1,000 more than this Bentley cost.
Wow.
Let's get the Bentley.
Yeah, we didn't sell the Nova to get the Bentley. We had already sold the Nova.
Right.
And it was like we'd made it pretty far on the restoration. But
yeah, I was stoked about that car because it was in the beginning, it was moving along. Then it disappeared. It was like, all right, what happened? Something happened here, and then it came back, and then
nothing happened. He was working on it. I was traveling a whole bunch last year, and he was working on it while I was gone. But I don't know.
He had the body shop, the paint shop hell, right? That was paint shop.
Well, it's just it's hard to put together a car that someone else has totally disassembled.
Yes,
including to the point where they took things out that any normal car person would not take out.
Yeah, don't you love that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's too many things going on here. We could not wrap that project up. Is what happened.
Right. I call them DPOs, dreaded previous owners.
Correct.
Yeah.
DPOs.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it came with a ton of new parts, but they weren't the parts that we would have bought for it. So then it's like the enthusiasm that you have for fighting to fit in a part that doesn't quite fit right when you didn't even pick that part. It's like it's a morale issue.
Yeah, it's true. And this is why I've always sung the praises even to Ray. I like stock. Just keep it stock. But Ray, of course, can't leave enough alone. And we'll tell you all kinds of stories about trying to get a round peg in a square hole on every single car he's modified.
I'm changing more stuff now, and it's, I'm in the aftermarket hell, and now trying to deal with suppliers and get people on the phone. I called a fan company, DeWitt's, for like 2.5 weeks ago, and finally got a call back just 2 days ago. Meanwhile, in that time, I said, I got to make a decision. I got to make purchases here. And I did. I spent over $1,000 on this stuff. And now the guy calls me to answer my questions. I said, well, I think I got it solved. And when I told him what I did, he goes, wow, let me know how that works out. I was thinking about doing the same thing. What? I was like, oh, I got to be your R&D guy now. Okay, we'll do that.
You'd be like, can I at least get free shipping?
Yeah, right. Well, from Summit, I did. I mentioned, hey, make sure on the order, I said, hey, I got my Summit bucks. Take that off. I said, and wait a minute, I just got the email. It's Christmas in July. I want that free shipping. He goes, oh yeah, we'll give you that too. Every little bit helps.
No, it does. So I ordered a new radiator hose for the Bentley, and by new, I mean a new old radiator hose because they're
from the UK.
Yeah.
Not
oh yeah.
So AutoZone was no help.
No, doesn't AutoZone have brake pads?
We looked it up. If you put in 2002 Bentley Arnage into the AutoZone computer. They sell spark plugs for it. They sell windshield wiper blades,
just
and
the blade,
brake pads, and that is all. Not rotors, not anything else.
So
pads, blades, and
but
plugs.
To be fair, I think that the Opel GT is it's similar. Like there wasn't very much we got at AutoZone for the Opel.
No, there's more for the Opel. You were mistaken on that.
how about what does it take to get the windshield wiper arms off that Bentley?
Oh gosh, well, you know,
in case one wanted to do that.
One word, Wentworth. That's it.
The other one had never been off and was stuck on there.
Right.
You know, if you're a home hobbyist like we are, you just fire up your milling machine and make the tool to pull that off.
Right. And the tool, what was the price of that tool if one wanted to buy one?
They sell them for $600.
What a deal. You know what? I'd rather go on the Snap-on truck and buy another wrench set. But no, Tom, you're very well equipped as well, though. That's the thing. So for most people, they would be totally out of, they'd be up a creek.
Yeah, it'd be a big problem.
Yeah, I would not recommend that someone follow this path without
getting their head examined.
The people and the technology and the attitude for it. Like I just think it's funny, I get stories out of it. It's something to talk about with my fellow car people.
Yeah.
Down the road at some point, no one can ever take away from me the fact that am currently, but I am a Bentley owner, right? Like I have had a Bentley, and that is a hilarious thing for me to say because this is a car that when it was new cost $250,000, and I would never be able to buy a current new one. And yet it's still a Bentley, and I still own a Bentley.
That note, 2 weeks ago, one of my side gigs is I do automotive inspections for a company, pre-sale stuff for classic cars. So I had to do a Ferrari F40, which I'm like, what do I know about that? But, so I saw the guy's brother. We took it for driving, and I have to check everything. It's a 6-page report, 200 pictures. I said, put the AC on. Oh, no, the AC doesn't work. I'm like, it's a 2009 Ferrari. He goes, oh, yeah, well, that's the first thing that goes on any car. I'm like, not a Ferrari F40, dude. And then, of course, the radio didn't work. Yeah, I think it's maybe a fuse. And the car was in great shape otherwise. So I always have a follow-up phone call with the company, and they ask me questions about stuff that I note like that. And they said, that stuff wasn't working, huh? I said, no. Well, why do you think they didn't fix it? I said, because it's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Well, how come you couldn't check the oil? I said, well, it's a dry sump system. I said, there was no way. I didn't see how to do it. It was like no dipstick anywhere. I said, so cars like that do get into, you're in another stratosphere when you're dealing in that mess.
Just let me throw something in here. Elana, I purchased this for $1,800. I have a 2002 Chevy Tracker, which was the Geo Tracker, I have one of those. It's a 4-door. It is gray. It is ugly. And I use it I haul leaves in it. I take the leaves from my yard. I bring them to the dump. I bring the car back. When I tell you all 4 windows work, the cruise control works, the air conditioning works. Yeah. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I do like a Tracker, but if I had a Tracker, it would have to be like one of the teal 90s ones.
Right.
With the canvas top.
I can't do, it's got to be either funny or fantastic. It can't be anything else.
This one is incredibly ordinary. My wife doesn't even want to look at it.
See? I'm with her.
The paint is flying off it as we speak.
Well, and today I'm driving my 4-door Mazda that's got rust, and the windows work, the AC work, but that's my Queens beat. I'll be going to Queens this week, and that's what I'm taking. You park it anywhere. It's the city car. It's like, no one looks twice. In black. I put black rims, took the aluminum wheels off, and I scrapped them. I got the scrap value for the aluminum and put a set of black steel wheels on, painted them nice, chrome lug nuts.
I know. See, you guys, those are smart decisions. Everyone should do what you did, but mine is funnier.
Yes.
Oh, yours is much better story-wise. Yes, hands down, much better. I
feel a little bit like it's almost, people are like, oh, do you feel like now you want to look down on the poor? And I'm like, no. I feel like I have this is like a sleeper agent that gets me into the areas where the rich people are. And I am just, really, I've stolen from them because all that depreciation, that was on them.
Yeah.
I got a benefit from it, like now I can go park it, the valets like to put it up front and stuff, they think it's like those scammers, how there's like those con people who like get into the rich people worlds because all you have to do is like have a really well-fitting suit, and then rich people think you're rich and then they invest in your company that doesn't exist. This is what I now can do because of the Bentley.
Well, you see, and that's
the Bentley is in fabulous cosmetic condition, so it looks great, like a brand new car. And nobody in our neighborhood knows it's not new. They think we bought a brand new one.
Oh, yeah. And the fact, they do look, you can't get timeless. And the fact that you have to take a cover off to see the radiator hose is pretty amazing in itself. But I'll tell you what.
It's exciting when the fluid was all coming out because it's like, why is it coming straight out of the grill? Like,
yeah. You see, that's having a car like that and doing things like that. That's what endears you and gets you on radio shows. And that's why we don't get asked to be on radio or TV shows.
You just need, you're just one, $20,000 Bentley purchase away from being on. But you know what I'm worried about now is that somebody's going to be cruising the neighborhood for crime and they're going to be like, oh, we should break into this house with the Bentley. And then they're going to break in and they're going to be like, these people do not even have a television.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Are you still carrying the Grey Poupon? Has anybody asked you?
Everyone asks. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Please, you have to walk us through the buying process of this car. How you stumbled on it. What mansion you bought it from.
We didn't know what to drive to go pick it up.
Yeah.
So, do we take the Trans Am? How do you buy a Bentley?
Right. You borrow somebody
to pick up the Bentley?
Yeah, borrow somebody's Porsche, I guess. Yeah.
Oh no, I would have taken the wrecker. I would have taken the truck.
Gosh, yeah. That would have been good. We took the Jensen, which turned out, I think, to be the right choice.
Yeah, well, the short version of buying the Bentley is we found it on Facebook Marketplace. And there were several to choose from. At first, I found a red one, but Alana's like, I don't want a red one. It's too flashy.
Also, it was not like, it wasn't as good there's like all these different engines that happened right at that 2000 mark because there was all this complicated BMW to Volkswagen swap.
Right.
And so there's like,
it's not the 6.2 then, right? It's not the 6.2 V8?
6.75.
Oh, okay.
The old Rolls-Royce engine dating.
Yeah, so there's like the BMW V8, and then there's the single turbo version of this engine, and then there's the twin turbo version of this engine.
Right, and those are the ones you don't want, right?
Well, maybe that's what we got.
It depends which chat room you're in, because some people are like, you want the BMW one, you don't want the Rolls one. Some people are like, you only want the single turbo, you want the red label, you want the green label. This is past all of those. This is the twin turbo. I think it is the one you want from a performance standpoint.
For performance, right?
I got it. When the car is worn out, Tom, that's the donor for a small plane you could build. I mean, they use Rolls engines for Merlins and Rolls. That's just a little plane.
This engine is the twin turbo, the old-fashioned Rolls-Royce engine, although obviously they've modernized it. But what's funny about it to me is peak power is 450 horsepower at 4,300 RPM.
Oh, geez, wow.
And it's got like 650 foot-pounds of torque. But in the old manual, it says it's like the hand of a giant pushing you along.
Right.
Yes.
And there are other lesser power plants that needlessly rev to higher RPM.
Right.
That's great. You want to meet the copywriter. You want to meet the guy that just writes that manual. That's
a serious marketing twist.
And I think what really happened is when they modernized this engine, they put the turbos on it and they dynoed it. They all stood around looking at each other like it only revs to 4,300 RPM.
Right.
It's like a freight train.
Right.
Yeah. That is amazing.
I know. I should really put a tow hitch on it and just like.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Tow the boat. We'll tow the ramp truck back with it.
Yeah. So we went and picked it up with the Jensen Interceptor, and the guy says, "Hey, you have a Jensen Interceptor," and we're like, "Well, don't you have a Jensen Interceptor?"
Yes, we collect these British vehicles. Yes.
So We got it from the I believe the second owner, if the paperwork is accurate. So they did they had a shop, and they did like movie car rentals. So they had gotten two high-end cars for a movie, and they had this for about a year, and they had got it
wisely sold it before they had problems.
Wisely, they were like, that hose feels squishy.
Yeah,
gonna pass this on.
Take it out.
But yeah, I mean the process was, we went there, we test drove it around the block. We did not, and this was a mistake, we did not test all of the windows or check that all of the turn signals worked. So not all of them do.
See?
But it drove really nice, and the brakes worked, and the air conditioning worked so well that the metal vents get actually frosty, like a perfect clear.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And
see, if you had a car inspection, all that would have been checked.
That's true, right? Next time I'll fly you out.
All right, that's not a problem. So listen, let me tell you, it's the bottom of the hour. We need to take our mandated break. And with that, I'll start by saying your WHPC weather forecast is powered by Pantano's Gourmet with locations in Hewlett and Uniondale. Great stuff. As I look out the WHPC weather window, it's kind of gray. They're forecasting rain and thunder for today, and it looked like it. It rained about 5 a.m. over here. I didn't went away. They say we may get some strong wind gusts. High of only 78. It's a nice mild day. It's not too bad. Tonight, partly cloudy, muggy, low 73, and I hear there'll be scattered dark, which will be followed by vast amounts of scattered light in the morning. But that's for the future. And also, I have to tell the fine listeners out there that there is a contest here at the station. You can win a $100 gift card to one of my favorite Italian places, Uncle Baccala's Italian Seafood and More. Phenomenal place, just for downloading and using the free WHPC app. If you listen to WHPC anytime, anywhere, and register to win the $100 gift card inside the app, you're good. Uncle Baccala's Italian Seafood is located at 23-70 Jericho Turnpike in Garden City Park, and the WHPC app is located in the Google Play or Apple App Store. Good luck from the voice of Nassau Community College and Uncle Baccala's. Chris, do we have an honor group of the hour this week?
Why, yes, we do. And also, if you have something else you want to do with your thumbs, and other than getting apps, you can text Elana or Tom at 203-670-4127. We have our texting up and running. And of course, the Motormouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week. If you have a hard time remembering when you received a moving violation. Did you ever drive past a highway patrol officer pulling over a driver and think back to the last time you were that victim? Do you remember that sinking feeling, that vow you'll never do it again, or keep an eye out for cops whenever you try to do it again? Was it last week? Was it last year? Was it 5 years ago? Maybe 10? If you can't remember at all, maybe it's been long enough that it's gone from your record, and that's a little mental pat on the back. So if the memory of the last moving violation you've received is becoming a little fuzzy, then accept the fact that you're paying too much for your car insurance and know full well that you were part of the Motormouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week. There you go.
Excellent. And the phone number to call if you want to talk to Elana and Tom is 516-572-7440. The show will be up on YouTube later today on Motormouth Video and Motormouth Radio. We have two channels that we try to keep equally happy. And then, of course, social media will post it during the week. So with that, let's take a little bit of a break. We'll be back with more Motormouth Radio with guests Elana and Tom and Ray and Chris on 90.3 WHPC.
Car not running right? Let the Motormouths help you out at 516-572-7440.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with two locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car. CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision offers a full range of services, 24-hour towing between Montauk and Manhattan, shuttle service, and they can help you with a rental car arrangement if needed. All repairs include the CarStar Lifetime Nationwide Warranty, ensuring that the experts at Celebrity Chase Collision are always on your side.
Y sí, hablamos español.
More information is available at 516-593-0920 or online at celebritychasecollision.com.
Okay, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my buddies at, what's the name of it again?
Motormouth Radio.
Hey, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my friends at Motormouth Radio. Sunday morning, I don't know what this fat bald guy's laughing about. You'll forget stuff soon enough too, my friend. Be sure to listen. When are you guys on? 10 a.m.?
Sundays at noon.
Noon on Sundays.
Excellent. This was
no, you got the promo for the best one was the first one. That's why I was because you said what was the name of this again? That's the promo.
What better presentation could you do than that?
Hey you, get over here. Every Sunday, 12 to 1, you are going to tune in to hear the Motor Mouths, my friends Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. 90.3 FM, WHPC. You might learn something.
Yep, you might learn something. I don't know. Sometimes we don't. We try. But we're back. Motormouth Radio with Ray Guarino, Chris Switzer, Ms. Elana Scherr, and Tom. Hey, what happened to my music? We fell down. So, and we have a call, folks. So let us do this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, let's try. Let's play with this. Let's go to the phones and say hi. You're on with the Motormouths and Elana and Tom.
Ray, Chris, Elana, and Tom. Billy G.
Hey, Billy. What's up?
Hey.
How are you? How's my old friend Elana doing?
I'm doing great, and I just talked with your daughter, I think.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Yeah, just a real coincidence. Another project I was working on, and she has a cool job, and she was working on the marketing team for that. So it was a real nice overlap of people that I'm fond of.
Thank you. She said, Dad, small world. I said, Jack, remember it was like 2012. We went out to California and Elana took us through the back and we went to lunch. I said, yeah. And then, it's funny, Elana, I mean, how long ago that you came to New York and we did the walk around and the connecting highway thing?
Yeah, what year was that? Boy, that was like that was 2000, was it 9 or 10? It was
over 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was after 2012, because I would think it was for Hot Rod.
Yeah, it was.
But I just ended up buying that I bought the 74 Corvette, but I multiplied since then, Elana. I'm up. I got to say, I count my daily driver. I have 8 cars now.
That's amazing. Do you remember, Tom, when I went to New York to do the Connecting Highways story, and Billy took me all around and then we went and we saw his Corvette and on the steepest driveway that I've ever seen, where he had to have little jack stands to just get the car out of his driveway enough to see it.
And I actually still throw it up to my wife because you're the only woman who's come into the house and commented that I had valve covers under my pool table, and it was a good thing. I said, you see, other women like that.
Those were good times. Yeah, thank you.
It was.
Everybody. I'm still running the annual event, Elana. I'm coming back for my 27th year. So I just tell people I'm going to keep doing it till I get it right. So
I gotta come out for the show sometime because that always looked like a really good time.
It is.
I got a few more in me. So, but other than that, steady as she goes. I just wanted to. I was so excited that you guys were on the air. And Tom, we never met, but I said, Elana, we had such a good time. I mean, it was just that nice. But,
great.
Yeah, and then my daughter Jackie, yes. So I appreciate everything. All right.
Yeah, tell Jackie I say hi.
I will, guys. We'll talk. Everything else is well.
All right, Billy.
Thank you very much.
All right, Billy. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
So long.
Take care, Billy.
That was the one and only Billy Velvet.
Yes, his daughter was working on the team that did the Earnhardt documentary.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so if you guys haven't watched that, it's really good. Tom and I watched it a couple weeks ago. I think it's on Amazon Prime. And if you know the story, there's a lot of back stuff that I didn't know. And if you're not familiar with the story of Dale Earnhardt Sr., it's quite the story.
Cool.
Yeah. I think Dale Earnhardt was monumental in propelling NASCAR into the stratosphere. Because I remember when it used to be, a mom and pop, moonshine running type of hobby, sport, whatever you want to call it, not a hobby. But I mean, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the big money and all the big tracks and everything. And I always felt like Dale Earnhardt had a hand in that because everybody came to watch him.
You're going to make Brian call because Brian just told a story Thursday night on Plane and Traffic about that. If he's around,
Mm-hmm.
Like that light to light. But, yeah. No, that's great. I love when we have, you know, the bi-coastal connections. It's so cool. You know, it's nice.
It's funny, Elana. I'm looking at the video that you shot on Instagram of the Bentley, and then you swing around to the Trans Am and you fire it up. I could see it from here how bad it's idling. Am I wrong?
That's how it's done. That's it. Perfectly happy. That is my most reliable automobile. That 81 Turbo Trans Am. It has, not failed me.
You know what's funny? I know the video you're talking about. What's
I'm watching the steering wheels doing this.
Well, because everything in that car is loose.
I felt your pain, Tom, because I recently, in the last 6 months or so, I recently changed the power steering pump on my Pontiac. Not as bad as the TA. I have a 65 Pontiac. So it's a little bigger, but it is. There are some machinations and things you got to go through to get those things out. So I watched that video and said, "Oh yeah."
That video where we lost a bolt.
Always
could not find it. And then after everything was put back together, went and got into different bolt. This was a power steering pump on the TA a month or so ago. Right. And after everything was put together, Tom calls me out there. He's like, "Oh, I found the bolt." And it was like on the radiator, like under. I don't know how it got there.
Yeah. No, you never know. You never know. I mean, that happens all the time to everybody. And
agreed.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that you just learn to live with.
Yeah, my Triumph TR6, another British fine automobile, used to shake itself apart all the time. And I mean, it was different things like calipers. Like a bolt flew off the caliper one time. I was like, what in the world? How did that happen? So yeah, I totally sympathize with the.
I just want to know why, when something falls, can't it just drop? Why does it end up in the middle, under the middle of the damn car all the time? That's why I buy extension magnets.
I mean, and you're happy if it goes to the ground, because a lot of times it'll be a clear shot to the ground, and yet somehow it'll like hit an air molecule and like zing off to the side and end up like nowhere near where you dropped it. I don't know how that happened.
Just a few weeks ago, I was down in the Carolinas working on my daughter's car. I brought my floor jack and all my tools with me, of course. And I got the thing up in a driveway, and I dropped the bolt, and there's a plastic shield under the RAV4. So I'm like, okay, I heard it hit the plastic. I said, okay, so it wasn't on the ground. I got my hand up into the access hole because I didn't want to have to take the 10-millimeter bolts off, because even though I never seize them, they rust. They always rust again for some reason. Well, up here in New York, they did down there. So I don't know. So I got my hand.
You don't smack the heck out of it with like the back of your hand.
I tried that first. And I did get my hand in there, and I found the one bolt, but another one fell, and same thing, hit the plastic. But I couldn't. Well, that's how I know I've had enough work. Time to stop. It's either when I start tripping over things or dropping things, and now when I couldn't find. So luckily, my son-in-law, I said, "Listen, I know you don't have any hardware here, but we need an 8 by 1.25 millimeter by 25 millimeter bolt." And he comes out with this blister packs, like it must have been from an IKEA project, with all the little compartments of little hardware, and one of them had little bolts in it. I said, that's it. That's an 8 by 1.2. Give me that.
Did it have the IKEA wrench to put that bolt in?
Oh, God, yeah. Well, I'll tell you something about that. My daughter, we moved her up to an apartment upstairs in the house, and she bought a lot. I've been building furniture like you don't want to know. And some of the stuff she gets, I don't know, it's probably from Temu or other places, and I'm not really impressed. We did go to IKEA last week. Now, IKEA was my everybody's go-to place to bash. I tell you, I built 3 pieces of IKEA furniture. That stuff is like the Queen's gold compared to this other crap.
That's because you're half Swedish.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the IKEA stuff far surpassed this other crap.
No, that's true. Do you remember when we helped Laura put that bed together? It was not from IKEA, and it was like
horrible.
Oh,
right.
Man.
Right. Well, of course, the tools I give you, just throw them out. I'm going, I got grabbing the Milwaukee stuff and all my bit drivers, and forget it. It's.
So just getting back to the Bentley for a second, because I'm dying to know, have you done the first service on this car? What's the mileage on it, by the way? I didn't even ask.
41,000.
Oh, so it's not even due for a service yet.
Yeah.
There are no high mileage Bentleys.
Yeah. It is due, we think, for spark plugs and possibly an oil change. I think it is actually due for, I think this would be its second service. I think the first one, which
it's actually a very well-maintained car.
Yeah.
Whoever had it before.
That's great.
Yeah, like we took all of the filters out. They've all been changed before. Like the oil is clean, everything was full, the coolant is clean. Like it was not completely neglected.
That's wonderful to hear.
How many quarts does it hold, Elana? How much oil does that car hold?
Oh, I don't know.
I bet you it's a lot.
Got a massive gas tank.
Yeah.
It has a 26-gallon gas tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
I know. I bought we gave my daughter and son-in-law a Volvo XC90. We got it at the shop and we flipped it to them. And first time I serviced it, I was like, damn, this thing takes like 7.5 quarts of oil. Like,
I know. And oil's expensive. Everything's going to be expensive. We were just looking at the spark plugs, and one bank looks real easy. So that'll be mine. And then the other bank.
I don't like the way this is going. You can do both banks.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be possible, but the driver's side looks difficult.
This whole powertrain package in the Bentley looks to me like it's all put together as a unit, and then the body is dropped over the powertrain.
Yes, exactly.
If you need to service it or work on it, you have to take the body back off.
Yeah. I mean, I did a job for a guy. It was late last year. Nice Super B, and he had a 440 in the thing with headers. And I said, oh, yeah, I'll just throw plugs in it. And I was like, what did I get myself into? Why did I ever? I was like, yeah, well, I do it.
No, you don't.
Oh, my God.
You don't just throw.
Well, anybody who's worked on a 440 understands how hard they are to do plugs on.
Yeah.
It took three of us.
This Bentley on the driver's side is 10 times worse.
Yeah, wow. I can imagine. Yeah.
Incredible. But I got to hand it to you because you are I guess you could say the forefront of automotive technology from a homegrown standard, or if you want to call it a standard, but just to take on a project like that and actually record it. I'm sure the stories that are going to come out, the amount of videos that are going to be created from this one car is going to be exceptional, and I'm looking forward to it.
Already, I thought we'd only have one video about it, but apparently it's going to keep giving.
When you see Tom light the torch, you know it's getting serious.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. No, it's
if anybody's thinking about buying a car like this, if you're good at working on your own stuff, it's just a car. It's got a hood. It's got a deck lid,
Yeah.
Right.
Got a GM transmission.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Keeping in the flavor of the channel and all the YouTube channel, can it do a burnout?
Well, we haven't done that yet.
We have not done that because it has a very sophisticated suspension, including spheres. It's got spheres. And I really don't want to break it yet, but I have read the old Car and Driver reviews of it. And if you turn the traction control off, apparently this thing will drift until you have no tires left.
With the torque, I would imagine. Yeah.
And it's like 6,000 pounds.
Wow. Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
I thought you were going to say no because you'll spill your Grey Poupon.
I was thinking of the torque. I was just thinking that torque's got to work in your favor.
That is a freight train.
Yeah, no, it's it got very impressed reviews in 2002 about its power delivery.
It's a pretty fast car.
Yeah.
It does 60 in 5 seconds.
For 6,000 pounds, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's damn near respectable, definitely. So
it is in no way my best car, but it is one of the funniest, and we have a lot of funny cars. So
I love it.
Great talking point.
Yeah, and that's the joy of seeing what you're doing, is the fact that your cars are so unique, and people are, I'm sure, just gravitating to say, okay, what kind of trouble they getting into now?
What bad idea did you do now? But I think that it's nice to have people who, have a community that doesn't take cars too seriously. As collector cars become more valuable, and as there are fewer people involved in the hobby at a grassroots level, there's like no humor left. You talk to, you go to like a Corvette show or something, or like no one's telling jokes, man. They're serious about this stuff. You go to like a 9/11 mountain meet or something, no one's funny. Like, They are serious about these cars. They want you to know that they've got like a one of one color straight from the factory. That like good for them.
Right.
I'm glad that is the conversation that makes them happy. But I want comedy with my cars.
I mean,
I don't blame you.
The funny thing about driving this car is sitting in traffic, and if there's a guy in a Camry next to you, he paid twice what we paid for the Bentley.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right. In air-conditioned comfort.
So, so coming back around to like kind of where I started, what's up with the boat?
Oh, the Sidewinder, the 1971 Sidewinder.
I mean, the history. I love the project mainly because of the history and because of your dedication to it. So,
well, we're doing a full restoration on our Sidewinder. Sidewinder is a very popular boat in the 70s. It looks like a James Bond style
very
boat,
cool.
wrap around the windshield.
Right.
And my parents bought this boat new, and it was our family ski boat for 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was used and abused. It was not a vehicle that your parents bought new and kept for you in pristine shape, and you now have it.
Right. Was it sunk 2 or 3 times? I forgot. Was it?
I'm sorry. Say again.
Was it sunk 2 or 3 times?
It was sunk at least one time.
One.
One time where only the tip of the bow was sticking out of the water.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My brother, actually, and this happened when the boat was like 2 years old, and I don't know how my dad was okay with this. But my brother ran over a ski rope, and on a jet drive, they've got a clean out to get the rope out if you tangle it up.
Yeah.
And he didn't know any better, and he pulled the freaking thing off in the middle of the lake and then dropped it over the side of the boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a 2-inch hole in your boat, filling it with water, and he sunk basically a brand new boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was never the same after that. Having rebuilt it now, I can tell you there was lots of things bad on it that wouldn't normally be bad had it not been underwater.
Right.
But I'm doing a pretty extensive rebuild of it. It's all painted now, re-gel coated, all new wood.
Yeah. I was impressed that you found all the correct gauges and everything, and of course, all doing all the wiring all has to be done. But that's phenomenal. I mean, we in the car world, we're used to that, and really it's the same thing, just a different venue. But it's a whole different bunch of suppliers and a whole different network, and you got to make new friends and
whole different attitudes.
Grovel to new people.
I spent a lot of time at the boat shop trying to tell them how to spray metal flake paint.
Yeah, they were being stingy on the glitter.
No,
they didn't know I wanted it more cartoony. They wanted to make it like a modern boat.
Yeah, no.
They wanted to look like a dune buggy.
Yeah, exactly. We should have just gone to the Myers-Manx people. I think the boat has the most expensive chrome of anything that we've worked on so far.
The boat does have a lot of high dollar chrome on it now. It had the original Sidewinder emblems. I had to get them, they're pot metal. Had to get them replated and a bunch of other stuff on it. And there's no chrome shops in California, really.
Yeah.
Chrome like finish, but it's not real chrome plating.
Right.
And so my friend Dave said, you have to use this guy, Advanced Plating in Tennessee. He says they're not cheap, but they're very professional.
Right.
And it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay. He said, just mail it all to them. I'm like, mail it all to them. What if it gets lost? I don't want to lose these things because you can't buy them.
Exactly.
Anyway, I was worried about sending it to them. I sent it all to them. They sent me back a quote, and everything had a picture of it, and it was all itemized, and there was no way they were going to lose anything.
Beautiful.
High-end stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we're losing, and it's time. Quick. We're getting to the end of this hour, so we're going to have to wrap in a couple of minutes. So, Elana, if you want to put out any information or contact or tell people where they can find your social media stuff so they can follow you, please do that now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I will be writing a column about the Bentley purchase for Car and Driver. So that will be in Car and Driver magazine. You can always find my professional work there, and my unprofessional work. You can find me and Tom on YouTube at Challenge Her. You can find me on Instagram at Challenge Her. And Tom, what's your Facebook?
I have no idea.
I think
that's an odd name for a Facebook page.
I think it's Tom Yeager on Facebook.
If you find Elana, you'll find me.
Yeah, I do reshare his stuff, but he puts up a lot of little daily videos on Facebook with progress on our various projects, and that's Tom Yeager.
Right, and you find the dogs too, because the dogs are always there. Always got the dogs. That's great. And I like the way you incorporate your friends into the videos and all that stuff. It's always a nice little respite because I sit down to watch YouTube as TV is what I do, and when I get to your stuff, I hope there's something new today. Always happy.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I appreciate you watching it, and it's a blessing to have friends and stuff to do with them. So we want to keep everybody on camera.
Sure. So so with that, I guess we will wrap this show up. Chris, I think in the upcoming weeks, maybe next week, may have Mr. Evan Steger from Time to Shine Detailing. That's the guy I use. I use his chrome stuff, the chrome polish, phenomenal, petroleum based. Man, does it make chrome and aluminum just. And
it looks like Tom and Elana are going to be needing some shiny products for a certain vehicle.
Exactly. All right, so stay tuned for Kim and Thunder Road, the best of Springsteen in the band, because that's coming up next. We know you love her show more than us sometimes. And we will be, Elana, Tom, thank you very much for spending the hour with us. We appreciate it. We will be sure I'll tap you on the shoulder again in the future to do this again.
Oh, yeah, we want to know more about that Bentley.
What do I tell the people waiting for me out in the parking lot?
Don't follow us home unless you're a funny car guy, which aren't many of you are not. So that's loving the fact that Elana and Tom are championing the funny car people. We love it.
You got it. So for Chris Ray, Elana, and Tom, Motormouth Radio over and out. We'll see you next week on 90.3 WHPC. See ya.
See you, bye.
Thanks, guys.